Behold Harley-Davidson's 2014 Ultra Limited. From a distance, the motor company's classic Ultra Glide Road Eater may look all business as usual, but upon closer inspection, you'll discover it's been heavily revised in almost every aspect. The revision venture, dubbed Project Rushmore, implemented over 100 changes across the platform. Some are major in scope, like linked ABS brakes, a new hydraulic clutch, and a much beefier fork. Some are more subtle, but just as impactful, like completely restyled switchgear and gauges, wider, deeper saddles, a new one-touch luggage system, and redesigned bodywork. Mind you, it will be pretty hard to miss the new Boombox 6.5 infotainment system, an interactive Bluetooth onboard audio and info system that boasts a bigger sound and more intuitive control. So how does it all work? Well, here's this week's guest road tester and Triumph Bonneville owner, Kemp Stewart.
Kemp, Harley-Davidson calls this the Limited. I really think they should be calling it the Ultimate. I mean, this really does express the pinnacle of Harley-Davidson in terms of their engineering and style. What was your first impression when you looked at the bike?
Yeah, the first impression was just the size of the bike. There's no question that it's a Harley-Davidson. It's got the look, it's got the feel of a Harley-Davidson, but they've made a lot of very interesting updates to it. And yeah, it was a pleasure to drive.
Yeah, the Rushmore thing is all about tweaking it and refining it. I guess let's just start first and foremost with that engine and 103 cubic inches. What did you think of the V-twin?
I actually loved it. That was one of the first significant things that I noticed. There was a constant power. It's not like the old Harley-Davidsons that always sounded like they were out of tune. Mm-hmm. I was very pleased with the consistent power through it, and yeah, it's very significant.
A lot of fun to sort of kick through the gears, eh? Third and fourth gear, lots of torque.
Lots of torque, absolutely, yeah.
Harley-Davidson on this model now have introduced their linked braking system and ABS brakes. How did you find it in terms of stopping power?
Yes, on a couple of our runs this morning, Dave, I exercised the braking power, and it was very, very positive. It was great. There was no pull. There was it stayed the course, and it was instantaneous response. It was super.
How did you find it for just comfort, wind protection, the riding position?
Yeah, well, they've redesigned the whole cowling system, and made some interesting modifications to the airflow and so on. There's a airflow system up here, and also the driver can actually open the vents and so on, and I thought it was quite an interesting innovation. I really like the way they set up the cluster package on this. It was easy to read. The numbers for a guy my age, the numbers are big, and I could see them without any trouble whatsoever.
They seem to have put a lot of effort into restyling the ergonomics of the switchgear. Yeah. Did you like that?
Yeah, it took a few moments to get used to it. One thing, the turn indicators are on the left and right bars, and I'm not quite used to that, but that works.
What did you think of the bags? They've revised the luggage system and the hinges and everything.
Well, for some people, they would get away for the weekend. The way my wife and I pack, we could probably cruise for a week with the space that they've got in here. It's super.
What did you think of the quality of the paint and the chrome and just the overall fit and finish?
Yeah, they've put a lot of effort into it. I'm partial to gray and blacks, and this was a natural. My bicycle, my car, and my own motorcycle are gray and black, so this fit right in. And one interesting thing is that just on the Harley-Davidson here, if you catch the light properly, it's got a kind of a diamond quality to it. It's rainbow multicolored flecks, so it's yeah, it really stands out, catches your eye.
Who is this bike going to appeal to? Who should consider this?
Yeah, Harley drivers are going to love it. It's a step up into the 21st century. They've really refined it. I was really quite impressed with it, and I would suggest that anybody who's looking for a touring bike, they should give this very, very serious consideration. it's a great bike. It's, you know, lots of room. The seat is wider. The tunes are great. I could see a couple semi-retired folks getting into this and taking off to warm climes. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you liked it, Kemp.
Thanks
Did a
very
great
much, Dave.
job.
Thank you.
Great.
It's fun.